What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's match against Fluminense in the Club World Cup final, where Manchester City have a chance to make history. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. So, this match, Club World Cup final, taking place at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah, which is in Saudi Arabia. It is for the Club World Cup final on Friday, 22nd of December 2023 with a 6 PM GMT kickoff time. The game is being broadcast live in the UK on TNT Sports. Anyone that is over in Saudi Arabia, do enjoy yourselves, do have a great time, and of course keep yourselves safe as well. So our opponents, Fluminense FC, formed in 1902. Some interesting facts about them. They play their trade in Brazil. They're based in Rio de Janeiro. They play at the Maracana Stadium. They share a fierce rivalry with Flamengo, which are another team that's based in Rio. They have produced players such as Fred, which is the striker, not the one that plays for Manchester United back from the early noughties. Deco ended his career with Fluminense as well. Thiago Silva started his youth career at Fluminense as well. He went back to them as well between the period of 2006 to 2009 before joining AC Milan. And some people refer to Fluminense as just Flu. So they're led by manager Fernando Diniz. They finished 7th in the Brazilian league this season, which ended this month. Not the best of seasons for them, but they did win the Copa Libertadores for the first time in 2023, winning it in November, so just last month, beating Boca Juniors in the final at the Maracana by 2-1. Now, they find themselves here. They were automatically put into the semi-final stage like Manchester City were in their semi-final. They played on Monday at the same stadium that we're playing the final at, and the same stadium that Manchester City played their semi-final at as well. Fluminense beat Al Ahly of Egypt 2-0 on Monday to reach the final here. Just having a look at some of the players. They've got some familiar names there. Felipe Melo, the centre-back, very experienced player. Marcelo, the left-back, former Real Madrid man. He's got tons of experience, knows what it takes to win as well. He's got a real can-do attitude, so another good player in defence. In defensive midfield, Andre's been getting linked with a move to European clubs. Manchester City's name has been chucked out there as well, so they do have some familiar players that we have heard of before here in Europe. But as always, as I always say, when you're coming up against teams that you don't play every single day, and Manchester City, Fluminense, have we ever played them before? Ever? I'm not sure that we have. It means we're going to be taking on players that we've not come across before, and it's a great chance for them to make their name, and vice versa with Manchester City as well. We don't sit here and follow Brazilian football week in, week out when we've got such a well-established league like the Premier League, and it's the same for Brazil as well. Some of them leagues that they've got and the footballing traditions that they've got in South America are some of the best out there in the world, and so it's a great chance for some of the top talent at Fluminense to be on show to the world, and same with Manchester City as well. We've done it on the European stage. Well, it's a chance here with the world watching to go out there and prove that we are the club world champions, and the same can be said for Fluminense as well. We've got two very different style of plays with two very different kinds of players, so it should make for a very exciting match where I don't really know what is going to happen. Man City may be far too strong for Fluminense, and we completely dominate this game like we did against Urara in the semi-final. However, Fluminense might be playing a different style of football completely to what Manchester City are used to. We get completely shell-shocked, and they end up going on to beat Manchester City, maybe even comprehensively. We do not know. We'll have to wait and see. Some injury news for Fluminense. Jorge, the left back, he's out. Marcelo will be starting here anyway. So I am expecting them, if they're going with the same team that beat Al Ahly, and I don't see why they'd want to change anything, it will be a 4-2-3-1 formation made up of Fabio in goal, right right back Xavier, Marcelo at left back with Nino and Melo as their two centre backs. In midfield, you'll have Andre and Martinelli. No, not Gabriel Martinelli of Arsenal. This is a central midfielder that they've got. Further ahead of them, Ganso in attacking midfield, Arias on the right wing, Keno on the left wing, and Kano starting as their striker. As I said, there's some players there that we're very familiar with here at Manchester City. There's players here that we've not come across before who've got a perfect chance here to showcase what they can do. So it should make it a really entertaining and exciting game. For Manchester City, we formed in 1894, so we're a little bit older, not by much, but 8 years older than what Fluminense are. We did form in 1880 under the name St. Mark. Some interesting facts about Manchester City, if you didn't know, we're the treble winners here in England. We're the current Premier League champions. We've got 9 top division titles to our name, 7-time FA Cup champions, 8-time League Cup champions, 1-time European Cup winners, Cup champions, 1-time European Super Cup winners, and 1-time Champions League winners, which we won back on June 10th against Inter Milan in Istanbul to win the Champions League, which is why we're partaking in this tournament. We are the champions of Europe. We're led by manager Pep Guardiola. We do currently find ourselves 4th in the Premier League, our domestic league. We've won 1 game in our last 6 Premier League games. We have only lost 1 of them games as well, though. Won 3 of our last 4 in all competitions, though, so form has still been a little bit of City's sticking point, but our win that we picked up against Urara on Tuesday night by 3-0. I feel like it's put a little bit of optimism back into the Manchester City camp, to the players and to the fans as well. So hopefully, as I said, the shackles will be off very early on in this game. There won't be any nerves, and we'll just go out there, do our thing, showcase what we can do, and see if we can win the Club World Cup, which would be absolutely fantastic. Now, in terms of injury news, Haaland, Doku, Kevin De Bruyne, all back training for Manchester City. I think this game's far too early for seeing any of them players feature in this game. We may see Doku and Haaland maybe feature in the squad once we get back to Premier League action after Christmas. However, in terms of Kevin De Bruyne, I'll be very surprised if we see him anywhere near the Manchester City squad any time in December, even into January as well. And I reckon if we do see De Bruyne back in the squad, it'll be more towards the latter parts of January rather than the early parts. So with that being said, I don't see why City would want to change too much from our win against Urara. So that would be my team prediction: Ederson in goal, Kyle Walker, Manuel Akanji, John Stones further ahead of him, playing more in a defensive midfield role. So it could be a back 4, could be a back 3 with Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. Rodri going into defensive midfield, perhaps with John Stones, Mateo Kovacic, Matheus Nunes. Impressed with both them players against Urara, so I'd like them to start here and see what they can do. Bernardo on the right wing, Jack Grealish on the left wing, and Phil Foden starting up top for Manchester City. As I said, it worked against Urara Red Diamonds, so I don't see why we wouldn't go with the exact same here, and same with Fluminense. It worked against Al Ali. Why would you change too much? You wouldn't. So it does mean you got some good options on the bench: Rico Lewis, Ruben Dias, Josko Gvardiol, Kalvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez, Julian Alvarez, Oscar Bobb. Some youngsters mixed in there as well. Looks like a very strong Manchester City team. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I think this game is going to be a little bit closer than the domination that City had against Urara, where we limited them to 2 shots, none on target, and had 75% possession. I think this game is going to be a little bit tighter than that. I'm going for a 2-0 Manchester City win, though. I'm going with Bernardo Silva to score in the first half, and then for Fluminense to keep this very tight, compact, and close. Manchester City very late on. Julian Alvarez counter-attack goal to seal the deal, and City win at the Club World Cup. Betting tips. Dare I suggest this? A clean sheet for Manchester City, so I'm not backing both teams to score. Going with Bernardo Silva to score any time. Of course, if he does start, wait until teams have been announced before placing any individual bets on any individual players. 40 plus booking points in this game, and I'm going for over 10 corners as well, is what I think is going to happen in this match. Now, next up for Fluminense, their season's going to get back underway in mid-January for the start of their new season, so a nice little break for their players after this. Their first game back's going to be against Volta Redonda. For Manchester City, we're going to be back in Premier League action after Christmas. A game on the 27th of December away at Everton at Goodison Park, as Manchester City look to try and get our domestic season back on track. But all focus here has to be on us trying to win our first ever Club World Cup. Same for Fluminense as well, so history is going to be made Friday evening in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Looking forward to it. Over 62,000 people in attendance. First ever Club World Cup title on the line for both teams here. Manchester City fans that have travelled, do have a great time, stay safe, and of course I will have a live watch along for you guys to enjoy, going live at 5:30 PM GMT Friday early evening, so I will see you then. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching, do leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Get your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on, it is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I will see you guys for the live watch along of this game early Friday evening, so I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching, I hope everyone is safe and well, peace, ciao for now.